A busy day at St. Mary's Hospital. The scene opens in St. Mary's Hospital, a modern and bustling facility. The reception area is crowded with patients waiting for their turn. Nurses walk briskly through the corridors, doctors consult patients, and the sound of monitors beeping creates a backdrop of urgency. Dr. James. To Nurse Emma, Emma, let's prep the operating room for Mr. Walker. His vitals are unstable, and we can't afford to wait any longer. Nurse Emma. Nodding, got it, doctor. She picks up a clipboard and walks off quickly. In the pediatric ward, children are laughing as a volunteer clown entertains them. Upstairs in the ICU, families speak in hushed tones, hoping for good news. Dr. James. To a medical student. Pay attention, Alex. Medicine is as much about instincts as it is about skill. Alex. Yes, doctor. He scribbles notes diligently. Suddenly, a distant, low rumble is heard. It grows louder, shaking the windows slightly. People glance around, confused. Patient in the waiting area. Nervously, what's that noise? The camera cuts to the sky outside. A passenger airplane is spiraling out of control, smoke billowing from one of its engines. Alarms begin to sound in the distance. Nurse Emma, staring out the window. Oh my God! It's coming this way. Dr. James, shouting, everyone evacuate the building. Chaos erupts as people scramble to find exits. The sound of the plane grows deafening, and the screen shakes as it cuts to black. Scene 2: The crash. The screen fades back in to show the plane crashing into the west wing of the hospital. The impact is catastrophic, with a deafening explosion that sends debris flying in all directions. Smoke and fire engulf the area as screams fill the air. Fire alarms, blaring continuously. Inside the hospital, ceilings collapse and walls crack. People are trapped under rubble, crying for help. The camera focuses on Dr. James and Nurse Emma, who are both covered in dust and bruises but alive. Dr. James. Coughing. Emma. Are you okay? Nurse Emma. Gasping for breath. I think so. What about the patients? Dr. James. We need to get them out. The west wing is gone, but the east side might still be stable. Let's move. They begin pulling people from the wreckage. Emma finds a young child trapped under a fallen beam. Nurse Emma. Softly, hey sweetheart, don't worry. I'll get you out of here. She carefully lifts the beam with James's help and carries the child to safety. Outside, emergency vehicles arrive. Firefighters work to extinguish the flames, while paramedics set up triage stations. Scene 3. Coordinating the rescue. The hospital parking lot has been turned into a makeshift emergency zone. Survivors sit on stretchers, some crying, others in shock. Dr. James coordinates with the rescue teams. Firefighter. The fire's spreading fast. We need to contain it before it reaches the oxygen tanks. Dr. James. Understood. But there are still patients trapped on the third floor. We need ladders and stretchers immediately. Nurse Emma works tirelessly, administering first aid to injured patients while comforting them. Nurse Emma. To an elderly woman, you're going to be okay. Just stay with me. A firefighter approaches. Firefighter. Ma'am, we've cleared a path to the ICU. Can you guide us? Nurse Emma. Yes, follow me. Together, they navigate the damaged building, rescuing patients trapped under debris. The camera lingers on a moment of teamwork as Emma and the firefighter lift a stretcher over fallen beams. Scene 4. A glimmer of hope. Hours pass. The fire is finally under control, but the hospital is in ruins. Survivors and rescue workers sit in exhaustion as the sun begins to rise. News reporter. Voiceover. This morning, tragedy struck St. Mary's Hospital as a commercial airplane crashed into its west wing. Despite the devastation, the courage and resilience of the hospital staff and first responders have saved countless lives. Dr. James and Nurse Emma sit on the steps of the remaining hospital wing, covered in soot and sweat. They share a moment of silence, reflecting on the events. Dr. James. We lost so much today. Nurse Emma. But we saved so many too. That's what matters. Nearby, the young child Emma rescued earlier runs up to her and hugs her tightly. Emma's eyes fill with tears. Child. Thank you for saving me. Nurse Emma. Smiling through tears, you're very brave. The camera pans out, showing the hospital surrounded by rescue vehicles and workers. The sky transitions from the fiery reds of dawn to the soft blues of morning.